Prior to the budget speech, the expectation, not just from me, but from all around, is that a continuing momentum would be maintained in infrastructure expenditure. And what do I mean by continuing momentum? Let us look at the last 2 years. In the year FY22, the budget had provided a 30% increase in infrastructure from 5 lakh crores to 7.5 lakh crores. In the year FY23, they did even better and increased the allocation by 35% from 7.5 lakh crores to 10 lakh crores. So there was naturally an expectation that purely in terms of a carry-on momentum, the budget would provide 30% growth momentum again in this budget. But what we have found is that the FM has provided an increase of 11.1%, which frankly is a little lower. I mean, it's quite lower than expectation. But one has to understand the reasons behind this. I think the first reason is that this is merely a work in process budget to carry existing works along for the next 2-3 months. And that the full flavor and impact of an allocation on infrastructure will be far more well thought through by the new government when they announce in June and July. So I am expecting that by June, July, this will be reset by about to levels of 30% plus and carry forward that momentum. This is important for one more reason. Why is it important to keep the level at 30%? Because remember, the very good economic growth that we have got in the last few years is because there was this conscious policy of the government of pulling up GDP or boosting GDP with a clear economic agenda of public expenditure on infrastructure as a turbocharger for GDP growth, which is why 30-35% increases got us 6.5% and 7% GDP. The multipliers are huge. So to enable the government to carry on with the same policy of using public expenditure and infrastructure capex as the key lever to keep GDP going at a fairly high clip, it is natural to expect that come June, July, we will see this 11.1 reset to close to 30%. So that's my basic macroeconomic observation. On some of the buttons that have been freshly pressed in this budget, I would include things like the continuation of the Awas program, 2 crore more houses is good. The announcement on rooftop solar as a tool for poverty alleviation is noteworthy. The budget document has talked about creating PPP formats for agricultural storage. There are 3 new railway corridors for energy, minerals, and cement, and they should go a long way in addressing the logistics improvement agenda. There is certainly an emphasis on green with viability gap funding announced for offshore wind and coal gasification. And there has, of course, been talk about boosting infrastructure for e-vehicles. So this is a sum and substance of very much a carry-on budget. No major announcements on new policies in infrastructure, but a carry-on kind of accounts. And hopefully, come June, July, we should expect it to go back to the 30 plus increase momentum. Thank you.